where last we left off, the party was heading inland from the east coast, chasing after a thief who had stolen an artifact from a captain of a ship who they had met back in the previous town. At the top of the hill, they had seen the remains of what they assumed to be a campfire, and proceeded to head further inland towards the road that roughly follows the coast. I would like all players currently in the party to roll a survival check for me to see if you can track this thief.
It's loading.
That's fine.
Yeah, I switched to Chrome, so it's a little slower when opening this, but everything else doesn't lag, at least.
That's fair.
Oh, that was on...
That's
sorry.
fine, 22, it's the left number. It was the first number, rather. And Jan? Alright. So, you're past then. So, I just say, you are familiar with travelling through the wilds. You find a lot of details that everyone else needs to pick up on as well. There's snapped branches, crushed leaves. In some places where it seems to have been a little damper, there's the impressions of footprints in mud. As you go on, the light begins to dim, however, this late in the day, and you find yourselves struggling to keep their track. However, with two 17s, Rudy and Wymark, you both manage to keep following the tracks until sunset, at which point there's no more natural light. Ilya, however...
Also, I have
Go ahead.
I have dark vision up to 120 feet. Just...
You've all got dark vision.
Yes.
This is just in terms of the survival check itself.
Yes. Sure.
Yeah, dark vision is limited. Yeah.
Yes.
Ilya with 22, however, you, having lived in Shadowfell for a year, are very accustomed to these sorts of finding details in these sorts of environments, as it was necessary for you to survive there. And you managed to keep the group going a while longer until you're a bit too tired to keep going. You set out camp for the night then. Who wants to take first watch out of 3?
I can do the first.
And second?
I can take the second.
So I just say in Wymark third then?
Sure.
Okay.
Sure.
Okay, so Ilya's up first then, so roll perception.
Yep.
Doesn't seem to be anything of note. It's quite similar to a similar environment to down south, back where you first met Ajisai. There's some minor differences in sort of the types of trees and plants up here, but generally it's similar sort of terrain. It's like a band of forests between the coast and the deserts. Your watch passes peacefully. Radir then, if you can roll perception, please.
Okay. I am going to see. Let me just think. Alright, I'll just roll perception.
Once again, doesn't seem to be particularly anything of note. It's fairly quiet. Your watch passes without incident. Ajisai and Wymark, if you could both roll perception, please. Your watch does pass mostly without incident. However, as the sun begins to rise, you hear the sound of footsteps off in the distance, cracking of branches and whatnot. They don't seem to be heading directly towards your camp, but sort of parallel to it. Do any of you want to investigate?
Yeah.
All right. Do you want to head towards them directly, or do you want to head towards them stealthily?
Stealthily.
Okay, roll a stealth check, please. It's all right. You don't step on, you don't make any sort of major amount of noise as you head towards these footsteps. You get within range to see this person as they're walking. They seem to be just partly through the trees from here. You can just see the main road that leads along the inside of the coast, and they're just off it, maybe 10 feet or so. Kilrake, if you'd like to describe your character, please.
Yes, sure. You see a short stature, a rock gnome, with he's clad in a scale armor. However, underneath the scale armor, you see some kind of blacksmith apron-ish kind of wear, with bunch of pockets and straps, filled with seemingly useless tools, or not tools, but gadgets and tools as well, tinkering tools and whatnot. He's strolling with a map in his hand, and it seems like he's kinda lost, but kinda know where he's going. Just straddling along the road.
Right. If you would like to roll perception, please, to contest the stealth check.
Okay. Let's see. There we go.
You do not notice. Very well then.
I'm oblivious.
Yes, you're too busy looking at your map and sort of the immediate path ahead of you to notice anything sort of out of the ordinary. So Wymark, you see this figure just walking from the north towards the south, just staring at a map intently, occasionally glancing up to not trip over something. You do.
Hey.
Go ahead.
Oh, did you say something?
I know. I was just saying to Wymark that he'd go ahead because I think he was about to say something.
Okay.
But if not, I can keep going. It's not a problem.
Could also be his parents coming into the room.
Okay. Fair enough. But yeah. So in that case then, Wymark, can you roll for me an investigation check just from where you're crouched in the tree line? Okay.
Sorry, I had to talk to my dad for a second.
That's okay,
I
don't
know
worry.
it.
That's okay. Not very high, but this wasn't a high DC. You do notice, obviously, again, he's coming from north to south, and he seems particularly unbothered. While you do remember from the town that the culprit of the thief was likely a gnome or a halfling, this doesn't seem to be the one that you're after. Although if you approach them, they may be willing to help.
Oh, I want to ask you how to play the correction.
It's fine. Go ahead. Yeah. I just say, were you following after Wymark at all?
No, she was trying to wake the others up without making too much noise.
Okay. You bring the others to consciousness then?
Elia is a light sleeper, so you literally just have to poke her and she's awake, so.
Okay. And Radir?
Radir is probably slightly more of a difficult, since he's used to sleeping on a ship that constantly makes sounds.
That's
Yeah,
fair.
makes sense.
Yeah.
Should I roll anything?
Nice choice.
I'd say, yeah, sure. DM's discretion.
Sleight of hand.
Sure.
With a lower roll, you make more noise. Ah, that's fine. Yeah, you wake him up without drawing any attention. Do you all want to creep towards where the direction Wymark went then?
Yes.
Okay, if you can all roll stealth checks for me, please. Anyone who rolls lower than a 6 gets seen. 6 or lower, rather.
I'm not stealthy.
You're not stealthing?
Nope.
Okay, so the two of you creep up behind Wymark and take in the same sights as him. There's Rockland coming from the north, holding a map to about 10 feet off the main road. You just clomp through the undergrowth then.
Yep.
You see a fellow rock gnome then. How do you introduce yourself, or?
I just want to add, now that you get a bit closer, you notice a bit more details. It is a male gnome with a very huge mustache. Bigger than
Another one.
wider than his in that. And a very long, I don't know what to call it. Well, his beard is like long and spiky, very long, almost down to his chest. And he also has a some kind of monocle on top of his head, and a huge musket kind of like gun on his back that is kind of it's as long as him. It's as tall as him.
Is it clipping into the ground?
Almost.
Okay.
Redir will just gonna go. 'Twas a fine face bush you got there.
Huh? Huh? A fellow gnome.
I will twiddle my own moustache.
I will twiddle it in kind. Yeah. What was this? What was the name of this village I was going to? Can't recall.
So, on your journey,
Yes.
you pass through the mountain pass up north.
Yep.
And there is a town just here where the coast meets the mountains.
Okay.
Called Rosturg.
Rosturg.
This is Rosturg here. You're traveling from there down to the full military outpost here by the name of Smedstad.
Okay, just gonna write down these names.
Um,
Rosturg to what's the other name?
let me put them in chat for you.
Just so I have a clue.
I think that's the right spelling. Earg. That's the northern one.
Okay.
And the southern one is,
Star.
I think that, DT, not TD. This is the southern one,
Smedstad. Okay.
as named by Tay.
Uh,
There are several small coastal towns along the coast between them, none of which have any particular names or anything. Roll a history check for me, just for the area.
Okie dokie. History.
Yeah, you know that there's a town roughly to the east of here, probably roughly to the east of here by this point, home to a place called Shinbone Alley, where a lot of sailors congregate during the seasons away from the tea races.
Ah, okay.
So this gnome is approached out of the forest to the east.
Okay.
Continue your scene.
Yes. I go. Ah, finally. People again. I've been wandering these woods for a while now. Excuse me, I'm trying to get to Smedstad, but I seem to have lost my way a bit.
Well, my friends hiding in the bush over there actually came from down there.
Now that it's been pointed out to you, you do see 3 people crouched in the bushes.
Oh gosh, what is such a huge party doing in the middle of the forest?
I look at them equally unsure.
You do remember that you were traveling west to find this thief.
Yes, but as he looks, I decide sort of sighs and steps out, and you see a tall woman with extremely long hair and quite unusual skin tone. Also, some sort of branches in her hair, perhaps, and a single purple flower. She looks well down on you, and says, "Yeah, we're chasing after a little thief who might have an interesting item."
Interesting item, you say? What manner of item are you speaking about?
We were told it had been well
It was
taken from an island, from its rightful home. To the south.
Would this perhaps be a magical item of any kind?
I'm not sure. We haven't heard about it, but they were taking it to Safeward.
You would be aware that there is a museum in Safeford that collects artifacts from any country that's aligned to sort of like the archipelago seas. So basically any place along this coastline here, the eastern coastlines of the archipelago, and sort of up north as well, is basically free for the taking to go into this museum. As far as they're concerned, at least.
You mean any? I didn't quite follow that. Do you mean any?
British Museum. They'll take what they can get.
Oh, okay. I see.
Where they have their colonies.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So is there any so the archipelago's here? Any coastline around here is going to be free game for them if they don't have to go to war over it. So they're taking quite a few things from archaeological sites in this country over the past decade or so, for example. The desert especially. And you would be aware of that, given where you came from.
Would I think that this thief has anything to do with the British Museum? Or I'm calling it the British Museum for now.
Given that the thief was... the artifact was being taken there and the thief stole it away, the chances are they do not.
Okay. I see. Well, that does explain why such a huge party is in the middle of the forest, indeed.
Also, just to be clear, we're not taking it back to the person who took it and asked us to go after it.
We're not.
Speak for yourself, Rudy. You didn't like that guy.
So you're planning to keep it for yourself, then?
Maybe, or see if maybe can return it to whence it came, but, well, will depend on the item, I suppose.
Do you have any way of identifying what kind of item it is?
It's quite small, is really all we have to go by. It was in a box.
That does sound quite extravagant. Could perhaps be a magical item. Well, I do have some time to spare, I suppose. I'm in no rush. Would you mind if I accompanied you to survey this item that you're speaking of?
What would I roll to sort of try to discern his motivations?
Insight. and you, Phileas, would be rolling either deception or persuasion, depending on if you're lying or not. Or if you don't want the party to know if you're lying or not, you can just roll a d20 and add your charisma modifier and any proficiency bonus you have.
What's your charisma and any proficiency bonus? I
So if for example you want to persuade rather than deceive, and you have proficiency in perception, you just add your charisma and your proficiency in that if you have it.
Okay. Well, to keep it interesting, I'm just gonna roll for the latter.
Okay. So
so it
d20
is
plus
unroll.
charisma plus proficiency if you have it for the one you're trying to roll for.
Yes. How do I do that in this module? Should I just roll charisma and then add?
I'm
say
just
what
like
my
that. That's an
proficiency is?
example. That's an example. Just remove the dot at the start.
Okay. Well, it's gonna be pretty easy to do, I guess.
Yeah, I just assumed that it was 3 and 2, but I probably won't be for you.
I just have to check. There we go. Okay, so it's just gonna be like this.
Okay. That is above insight. He seems honest.
Yeah. So she. So you see Alice like maybe pause for a moment, but she says, "Well, do you have any? You say you wanted to have a look at it.
Yes.
Do you have any special proficiency in that, perhaps?"
Why, yes. I am indeed an inventor of magical items, and I also have the means to identify such items as well.
Well, that sounds.
We are lucky that we have happened to find an identifier of magical items while we're looking for a magical item.
Are you just saying this, or are you
things
like
are at
trying
play.
to roll insight here?
No, Rhaenyra is saying this.
Okay, gotcha. Not at all convenient.
Elia at this point is also stepping out of the bush.
Okay. Yeah, you have been seen by this point. It was just a passive perception
Well, yeah,
check.
she was just sitting in the bush, just waiting, just being like, shit.
Yeah, fair.
Well, if. Well then, that sounds quite interesting. So.
Great.
Sure.
Now we have a deal.
All right then.
My name is Phileas Phileduc. So you can call me Phil.
Well, Rhaenyra will kind of straighten up his coat and kind of, Rhaenyra Brightboy, captain of the Arundel.
As you say, though you can also call me Hydrangea if you want. And she makes her hair billow.
I love how but you can also call me name is longer than the actual name.
Yeah.
Nice to meet the both of you.
The name's Ilya Morigov, but Ilya is just fine.
Roll
Ilya.
a history check for me.
Me?
Yes, you.
Okay. That should be something I'm good at, yeah.
You have heard of the Morgu family. They are a group of Aasimar who are aligned with Shadowfell and follow Morgan. With such a high roll, in fact, you heard in passing of a sort of whispers, rumors of an Aasimar family who send their young to Shadowfell as a sort of coming of age test. You however aren't particularly aligned with Shadowfell or the Feywild. You don't sense any specific magic coming off of this person passively.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna keep that information to myself for now.
All
Just
right.
keeping a note of it.
All right. And Wymark's also still in the bushes, I think.
I think he's still sitting in the bushes.
Well, funny, he just steps out of the bush and just introduces himself. he states his name and just mentions that he's an SML cleric.
By the gods! So many people in one bush. What were you doing in there?
Huddling together.
Huh. I
Yeah.
see.
Yeah.
Interesting.
As you you head back to camp just to clear up quickly, before heading back west. Phileas, 10 feet from where you were walking, you find the road.
Ah, there it is! Finally! I've been walking for ages.
I kind of lean in and kind of. Very bright, are you?
Ah, no, I'm very bright indeed. I just don't get outdoors very much.
I hear it kind of go. I have an idea. And he will just go into his camping place and start composing a song.
Oh no. Okay. And do you delay the group by doing this?
No, I'll just do it while we're moving.
Okay. You, in that case, you cross over the road and right through the trees again. I would like all 5 of you to make survival checks again, please. As it's quite early in the morning, it's quite early in the morning, so you all finish your long rest now. Phileas, you were lost the entire time, have no idea what to look for, so fittingly, it's not particularly working out for you. The other 4 of you, having followed them the previous day and some of the previous night as well, during sunset and after sundown, know what to look for at this point with the way this person moves. You'll very easily find these tracks very easy to follow. From Phileas's point of view, they're simply walking in a straight line, occasionally turning slightly left or slightly right, with just seeming to know where they're going with no effort.
I'm just in awe.
Yeah.
How do they do this?
This
I don't
continues.
understand.
This continues for a while. It's around midday or so. When you see the trees begin to thin out up ahead, I'd like you all to roll perception, please.
Yeah,
Yeah.
not my,
Phileas,
not
just-
my
you're
area
still-
of expertise.
Yeah, you're still sort of just following the party. I just
Yeah,
say
I'm
you're very.
completely oblivious.
Yeah, I just say you're quite focused on sort of the
Phileas,
area around.
I think she's a bit wondering about this Phileas person and
Okay.
observing him.
Yeah, you sort of seeing the others have the tracking well in hand. You sort of hang back and just sort of inspect Phileas.
I'm just stumbling around, completely out of my element. Like, I don't belong here at all.
Yeah. The other 3 of you, however, you notice that this clearing seems to thin out into a camp. You can see a few tents, a fire, sort of in the mid stages of being set up, for probably their midday meal. And you see that the tracks head directly into the camp.
I look at the group and kind of. Are you the usual?
I'm gonna be honest, you had such a strong accent, I have no idea what you said.
Yeah.
Do we do the usual?
Ah. It's not like do.
What is the usual at this point?
Yeah, I was wondering that as well.
I straighten out my coat. Grab. Is there any pebbles or rocks on the ground?
Always.
Of course.
and pick one up and hold it out.
Okay, what do you do with it?
I cast minor illusion.
Ah,
Oh my goodness, not again.
what do you make the rock look like?
Well, a potato worked last time.
Alright.
I look at the group. Does Phileas seem trustworthy enough to be able to sneak attack them if I distract them?
I don't know. Does he seem
How,
like...
how stealthy does he seem?
I don't know, Phileas, roll a stealth check. Just for your performance for the past few hours.
Yes, sure. He's actually decently stealthy.
Despite his bumbling
Ooh.
exterior, he's barely made any noise or left any trace of his presence. Through whether that's intentional or not, you can't tell.
I have to give a nod and then I head into the camp.
Okay, I will remind you that the duration of my illusion is 1 minute.
I am aware.
Okay, let's move over to the camp then. If you could please place yourselves within the tree line. Let's say down just about here-ish somewhere. So you're heading in.
So here, I guess.
Okay.
That would be somewhere in the back, trying to keep up.
Alright.
Would probably be close to Redeer in the beginning.
So
So
there probably. And Wymark? And place yourself like
somewhere
anywhere in this
further
sort of
back,
area.
probably.
Further back? Okay, yeah, about probably here then.
Oh.
Yeah, that works.
I
That
think
works fine.
I think
yeah.
I'm pretty much the only.
I misclicked, I misclicked.
Okay, it's fine.
Oh, one of them.
Yeah, so sort of you head round. I mean, you can move if you want again. It's not fixed yet, but if you want to head round to the left or sort of split off from the party, then that's fine.
How far left can I go? Oh, I can go even further. Okay.
Yeah, I would say head up. You're like, yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
wait.
you can go round to there.
Yeah, there. Yeah,
you
let's go
sort of
there.
you sort of sneak through as sort of Radir distracts the group. Then, so Radir, do you head in?
Yes, I go. Baked potatoes, baked potatoes.
Roll deception with advantage because you are holding a potato. All right. You succeed
that works.
perfectly fine.
Gather on baked potatoes and entertainment for travelers.
5, 10, 15, 20. You, as you walk towards these tents, you see two people look up at you. One of them, by this tent, seems to be some sort of martial combatant. The other, from here, doesn't seem to have any weapons at all, but is quite sturdily built. There's this tent. This tent.
Yeah, I wave the potato around in the air so everyone sees it.
Yep.
Then I put it into my pouch as if there was more potatoes in there, and then kind of pull out my violin now that everyone knows that there's potato in that pouch, and goes, "Baked potatoes and entertainment for travelers."
The martial combatant who's standing here, sort of squints you, so stands up. You're just wandering through the forest, are you?
All right, yeah, I am heading up to Rostig on foot, and whenever I see a camp nearby, I make sure to treat them to some of my family recipe baked potatoes and give them some of me musical entertainment.
Looks to the others. What do we think, lads? Emerging from here is a halfling who sort of looks around, sort of. Well, it's boring as shit. I hear. I ain't averse to it.
I put the pouch down by the nearby. I walk up to the campfire and put a pouch where they think the potato is in, near the campfire, and then I start playing to kind of attract everyone's attention.
Roll performance. You perform quite well. Go ahead. I'll just yeah.
Yes, I'm a landlubber, and I love the land, so maybe our journey was longer than planned, but who can put prices on what we have done, the trials we faced, and the battles we won?
Yeah. As you sing this, the rest of the party is also hearing this as well. Your their attention seems to be um very much on Radir at the moment.
So we could technically sneak into the camp.
There is currently someone standing around here, someone standing around here, and someone standing around here. So if you were to sneak in to say,
If I were to like sneak there.
yeah, you can sneak, you can like, get behind like into the tree line behind this tent and then up to the tent, no issues. But if you want to try and hit inside, you have to roll a stealth check to not be seen by this person.
Oh no, I'm just gonna wait here.
You're just going there. Okay, that's fine. Do any of the other three of
Yeah.
you want to move up?
Yes, so, given that Phileas seemed stealthy, Weimark has some armor, right?
I believe just light armor. Let me check.
Okay.
He also messaged me to say that he's apparently the Wi-Fi went out. So
Oh,
but I told him to let me know when he's back. So
yeah.
yeah, he's got light armor at the moment.
Okay.
But AC 17, so nice and comfy.
Yeah. Well, I was thinking maybe I could cast invisibility on him.
Okay. You cast
which I'll
invisibility
do
on
then.
Wymark then.
Yes, I.
Mark off the spell
open-
slot, and I will mark.
Well, I don't need to because I have one per
Ah.
long rest.
Fair enough. All right. You're concentrating on that then.
Yes.
We can come back to what Wymark is doing later then.
I'm
What
gonna
about?
move up a little bit.
Okay.
Like up to here, still in the tree line.
Okay. And Ajisa, are you moving up at all?
Yes. She definitely would. I guess going out here would.
Going out here would get you seen by this person.
Yeah,
Yes. However, going out
exactly.
to like if you like sort of use this tree to block line of sight, you wouldn't be seen by any of them. Because currently the line of sights are like here, here, and here. So the sort of this area around here is currently sort of free reign.
Yeah. I guess you would sneak up behind the tree then.
All right. About here or so, I guess.
Yeah.
I'll move Wymark up to here then for now. Once Jan is back, we can go into that.
Yep.
Radir, do you wish to continue?
Yeah. As I'm performing,
Yes, yes.
I'm using the music to cast the spell.
Okay, what are you casting?
I'm particularly wanting to try and get a mage hand to start going through the tents of the person I'm that's looking away from, like the martial person.
These two here are humans.
Yep.
This one is a halfling.
Yep.
This one is current. You don't know if there's anyone in there at the moment.
Yeah.
So
But the person who looked the most armored, I want to go try and go through his tent.
let me check something quickly.
And kind of as soon as I find something that could be reasonably like tipped over, I will try and do so to. I will try and tip something over to make a sound, and then move the mage hand out of the back of the tent as fast as possible.
Okay, so first off, roll a sleight of hand check for the tipping and running,
All right.
and also casting the spell while you're playing. So sleight of hand for that.
There's that, and then.
Oof. You go to cast Mage Hand while you're playing, and your playing stilts a bit, but you're playing so well that you manage to get it off. Regardless.
All right.
Now roll sleight of hand for the tent part. Okay. There's a from inside the tent, and the marshal, this guy here sort of turns around and sort of, huh, what? And he sort of dashes into his tent. You do
I
not.
stop playing as well and walk up to and like speed walk up to the tent. Like, what happened? Yeah,
Did-
are there thieves around here?
Do you dismiss the mage hand?
Yes.
Okay.
And I like go like, are there thieves around there? Trying to get the others to also come and look, essentially.
Roll for persuasion. Yeah, both of them come over and look.
So now all of their backs are turned in the same direction.
So we could technically all move like to the fucking campfire.
Yep. So these guys, they're all currently sort of clustered around the tent. So as long as you're all being stealthy, you can move up to like here or something.
I kind of behind my back, since I'm so tiny and so low to the ground, no one else of them should be able to see it. I kind of point towards the tent where the halfling came out of.
Does one of you head inside?
Since I'm the closest, I will do that. Yes.
All right, you head inside then. Roll stealth for me.
Mm-hmm.
First off. Yeah, you make it in fine. Roll investigation now.
Oh god, this one isn't gonna go good.
Ouch.
Yeah, I'm not very bright, you know. I have the wisdom, but not the intelligence.
The opposite of me, that is.
Okay. So you sort of the tent's quite dark in here, and there doesn't seem to be very much as far as you can tell. There's some sort of some folded clothes, some sort of some weapons, some daggers and stuff like that.
That's not a lot.
Yeah, it's not much. It's just some folded clothes and some weapons as far as you can tell. Do you sneak out again?
Yes.
Roll another stealth check. Yeah, you make it out fine. Do you go back behind the tent? Or
No, I would probably try and sneak a little closer to them now.
okay, that's fine. So you guys are over here by this point then. I just saw you moving.
Yes.
Yep, move up to where you want to move to. Currently, the sight lines are sort of just this area here.
Mm-hmm.
So pretty much the entire rest of everything else is safe.
Let's see. Okay. Yeah. I mean, I guess. How far? 1, 2, 3, 5. I should be able to make it up to besides Ilya then.
Okay,
Okay.
that's fine. Phyllis, are you moving up?
Well, I
Uh,
suppose I would have to roll a stealth, shouldn't I?
It was the tent that was the problem. That was fine then.
Yes.
Like
Okay.
that was really
Okay.
the issue there.
Sure.
You're fine to move up
Okay.
to there for now. Phyllis, are you moving up?
yeah, I'm my character is wondering what the hell is going on, but he will move up to get a closer look at
Okay.
things.
Yanni, you back yet? No. Okay, that's fine. So in that case, then I'll just keep him visible and keep him near you then. Me. Okay. What do you the fighter looks into his tent, sort of. There just seems something fell over.
Well, you never know. I kind of start telling a story of like, you know, I was traveling on the north coast a while ago, and apparently it was this like raging population of bandits on the roads. They kept sneaking into people's tents and stealing their things. They were so brazen. They would do it in open daylight.
Roll deception. They definitely don't understand what you mean by this. However, as I rolled a d20 for happen, as you're doing this, you hear another voice off to the side. What the bloody hell? And coming out of this tent is someone wearing mage robes. What else happening out here? At this point, the marshal turns around and sees the two of you hiding behind the fire as well. What the? And then looks through deer. You're bloody distracting us, mate.
No, no, Daddy. Are they the bandits?
If Ilya and I'd say want to roll deception to pretend to be bandits, they can. Otherwise, it's just fireball. I don't
Sure,
know.
yeah.
Okay.
Just play along.
Of course.
As this is
No,
happening,
I just I would. At this point, she would just try to attack.
Okay, and what's Phileas doing then?
as I see things might come to chaos very soon, I will, as an action before anything happens here, I will create an Eldritch Cannon.
Okay, so I'll give you that for free. So
It is in the form of a spider with legs, with a huge cannon on top of it.
okay, you have your Eldritch Cannon. I don't wait. What am I doing? Wrong symbol. This one. There we go. So I just say you go to attack then.
Yes.
Okay, give me a moment. Allow me to move some things around before I reveal the positions of the enemies. There we go. So we have a
Astrologian.
Nope, not Astro. That's Arcanist.
Oh, is it?
Well, wizard,
Oh, true.
wizard, monk,
Yeah, fair enough.
rogue, and fighter.
Yeah. Is that Arcanist? Fuck, I haven't played in so long.
It's all good. It's all good. So then, you said you wanted to attack.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Okay.
OC, you back yet? Just checking. Could just check every few minutes.
Let's see. So that's and so I get a free attack.
Yep.
Okay. Well. Let's go for a scorching ray.
All right.
And yeah, I want to attack the 3 people, 1 each. Here.
Okay. So all 3 around Radir then.
Yes.
Okay. So roll 3 attacks for Scorching Ray.
Yeah. So 1, 2, 3.
So let's see.
So
2
one,
of those. Oh,
2,
one on the wizard,
3.
1 on the monk, 1 on the rogue. Okay. So the 1 on the monk misses then.
Yes. That's the 8, I suppose.
Yeah, the wizard and the rogue hit. So roll damage on the wizard's one first.
Yes.
7 fire damage.
That's let's see here actually. I
Okay.
will spend 1 sorcery point to re-roll the 1.
Okay. So just roll d6 then.
Yes. Acceptable.
So that would be
9
9 total then. Okay.
for an empowered spell. What's that?
Yeah. And then roll damage for the second one as well. I'm just chatting with those quickly because he's
Yes.
Wi-Fi's out. He's just using his hotspot for his phone. I'm just checking to see
Sure.
if he can join or not.
Well, that's. I'm not rolling those.
11. Yeah, definitely. Down to that much. Let me just give me a moment.
Yes.
I think I already know what I should do.
And I should mark that down. And let's see if there's. Yeah. She obviously makes her hair billow as well.
Of course, of course.
Is it gonna like reach Ilya because she's like standing right next to her?
Probably blows in your face a bit, yeah.
Yep.
She's gonna just like try and get it out of her face.
Yeah, so Jan said that if they try to hotspot the game on their computer, it might go over their limit, and that would cause issues.
Ah.
Yeah.
So I'm just checking to see what they think their character would do in the situation then.
Yep, they're invisible.
They are invisible. They're safe for now.
Yep.
Protect the baby.
Oh yeah, Nadis, I would sort of, as she goes with it, she would also turn to the others. Well, she will though not. She won't speak to Redir because if he wants to play that he's not with us up until he does something to them, that's fine with her. So she just turns to the others and says, "Let's try to knock these people out."
Only knocking them out
Yeah.
again? Oh,
These are random people, right?
yeah.
As far as we know.
Listen, Ilya's very first
character
target
Yeah.
was sliced in half.
God. Philius thinks these are the thieves, by the way.
They basically are at this point. Like they seem pretty suspicious of you, even despite Radir's playing. So it's pretty safe to assume that. So as the scorching ray hits the wizard, sort of let me check something actually. No, I'll do it later. Was sort of no, and the rogue sort of. Oh, did you come looking for us? Did you? Oh, we're gonna fucking kill you. And the fighter sort of get him. Roll initiative.
Oh god. No, my plan.
Oh no! I have +5.
I have
Wow, Redir. Nice.
Yeah, well, it makes sense. He's right in the middle of them.
yeah, true.
True.
But my plan. It's not gonna work if Redir moves out too far. Or if Agisai moves out too far.
I know what I'm gonna do.
Of course
Oh
you do.
no.
And I'm gonna roll for Mark as well, just in case he comes back in the middle.
Yeah.
Spell list. Go here.
Oof.
Well, I'll give him a turn immediately when he comes back. Then I guess.
Hmm. So they're all surprised, right?
No. They.
I mean, I just started opening.
I just saw it opened, and that was the surprise. Like,
Yeah,
like,
but
they were seen. Like, they're separate. Okay, for the purposes of you, they want opportunity to attack you if you move away.
Yeah. I'm gonna take this opportunity, like, as if while the scorching blast has gone out, I'm like, as if in fear, kind of gonna cower over to here.
Mm-hmm.
To kind of like, ooh. As I do, and get to here, I pull out my rapier
Yeah.
and do a slice along the like ankles of the wizard.
Okay. Roll for that then. As you go to make this attack, time seems to blink, and suddenly you've missed.
Okay.
The wizard sort of,
Oh.
what the hell?
While he's questioning that, I'm jumping up and stabbing with my precision attack.
So roll again then. He's going to cross his hands in front of him. Reroll. He's using Chronal Shift. I believe that is his AC. Yeah, 12 is... No, hang on. Wizard has Mage Armor up.
Did he have time to cast that though? Because he just came out because he heard a...
Mage Armor lasts for 8 hours. He already had it up. So that would be that was 13 plus Dex, so 15. So...
I was gonna empty 2 tier 2 spell slots on smites.
Yes, well, if it makes you feel better, I'm not gonna retcon it, but the first one would have missed.
I have something to retcon. I have something to retcon.
Okay. Yes.
When he rolled that D10, I'm using silvery bloody barbs.
To make him reroll the D10.
Yes.
The 14 would have missed anyway because his AC is 15. It was just, that happened automatically. That would have happened regardless of whether you missed or not. So the 18, he made you reroll that to a 12. But you can make him reroll. I will allow you to use silvery barbs to make him reroll your reroll, if you want. So if you want to make if you want to reroll that last attack, that's fine. If you want to use silvery barbs for that. Although there are other combatants here as well.
Also, shouldn't I have gotten advantage on the first hit?
Because...
Surprise round?
No, it was only
yet,
surprise for the purposes of, like, no opportunity detection these guys.
But they didn't know that I was a combatant, so technically I'm getting surprise round.
Okay, fine. Reroll your first attack then. It's still got a -5 to it.
Yes.
No, sorry.
Then I... I'm gonna, with my original slice, did I hit the tent?
Sure.
Since the tent is probably then currently collapsing, I'm gonna try and run through it since I'm tiny.
Are you tiny?
I'm small.
I can just say you just want to run into the tent.
I'm gonna use it to hide myself. and go
So roll
past.
stealth for hide then.
You're getting further and further away from my plan.
Well, my plan was ruined, so...
Thank you for ruining mine! To be fair, I can move in unless you're too far away.
Okay, put yourself where you want to be placed then. In like within sort of this area roughly.
4, 5.
I think you only have 5 more feet of movement, but because you started here, so 5, 10, 15,
I
20.
mean,
to get to here.
I'm right where I am. Like I'm just like.
Okay,
in
so
the
you're just sort of using the tent
I
as
have
cover.
no
then.
more movement. I have no more movement.
Okay, gotcha. The wizard
Oops.
is going to. Don't you know who you're messing with? And is going to pop a potion of healing. To heal for 6. Almost back to full HP. To be
I
fair,
could have one-shotted him probably.
you could
if
have.
I-
His HP cap is 14. He has 14 HP at maximum, and he already took a bunch of that, 11 of that from scorching.
I mean that I could have one-shotted him from full health. Like I have
Oh, yeah,
2
you could
attacks
have.
with the 2 level 2 divine smites.
Yeah, you definitely could have done that. That like,
Well, he only took 9.
yeah, he took. Oh yeah, so he took
he's
9,
fine.
but then up to 6. He's got. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's 11 out of 14. Spells. Let's see.
4d8 plus 6 would have done it anyway.
Yeah, definitely. I would like. Ajusai and Ilya to make Constitution saving throws.
So, let's see here. The wording on Banshee's Veil is once per day when you are the target of a spell.
This is
Does that-
not a targeted spell.
Yeah, so I can't cast counterspell it then.
No,
Okay.
you can't counterspell.
Yeah, I was
banshees.
wondering about how the wording
I
would
think
work
I
for
got
that,
that.
because
Yeah, you did. It's safe. The DC is 13.
Yeah.
was it a Constitution you
Con
said?
save, yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Oof. So Ilya, you take 9 damage,
Mm-hmm.
down to 18. Ajusai, you take 19 damage, of which 10 is on your flower.
Yes.
So you take 9 damage, down to 21.
Yes.
Yeah, your
course.
shatter, just an explosion of thunder, and as the sound rings in your ears, and you open your eyes from sort of blurred, and as they come to, the petals from your flower are falling in front of your face.
Don't you know who I am?
Alright, making a dex save.
Also, is currently restarting his PC and prays that it works.
Okay. That is a fail. He takes 7 fire damage. And that's his turn. He's not going to move away because Radir is right there. Phileas.
Yes. Okay. I'm going to use my weapon's special ability.
Okay.
Well, so I'm gonna draw it.
Yeah, of course. That's free.
And I'm gonna say, "This must be the thieves they're talking about, Beacon." And then,
Sorry,
I-
actually.
yes, sure.
Can I? I know it's a little late, but can I use empowered spell for the damage on that?
You want to roll the 2?
Yes, I want to reroll the 2.
Okay, go ahead. Reroll your d10. That's plus 2 damage.
Yeah. Nice.
Okay, so go ahead, Phileas.
Yes. I'm gonna say, "This must be the thieves they're talking about." Beacon, combat protocol, and it's gonna. My spider is gonna answer in like some kind of robotic noise. And it's gonna beep boop beep boop, and then it's gonna crawl up to the top of my barrel on the other side of my barrel and attach to it.
Okay.
And then I will take a bomb that I have in my bag of holding,
Okay.
and I will load it into my item launcher on my weapon,
Yep.
which is a special thing, special property.
Yes.
And then I'm going to shoot it. How do I ping on the map?
Hold left click.
Hold click.
I'm gonna shoot it right here. That's
Between
the
the rogue
area
and the
of-
fighter?
Yes, everything within 5 feet of it gets hit, so I'm thinking both of these get hit.
Okay, so what does the item itself do?
The bomb is 3d6 damage.
3d6. Okay, and is there any save it or roll attached
Yes.
to it?
There is a dex save, and if they succeed it at the... let's see. I have it right here.
Yeah, you can just click the item and it should put it into chat, otherwise just paste the description.
Oh, can I do it right from...
From the item list, you should probably just paste. I think you just you need to like copy and paste the description in manually. But like spells and stuff can just get put in chat. Items are a bit weird. Oh my god, what the fuck?
I only have it
I
on...
just opened your inventory.
yeah,
Tay, he
used my
puts you
money
to
on a
shame.
bunch of- I used the 700 gold on a bunch of weird...
You holy goddamn. Okay. You paste the description of the bomb into the chat. Do you mind if I read these off to the party?
yes, go ahead.
Thieves' Tools, Dungeoneering Pack, Tinker's Tools, Bag of Holding, Bombs, Smoke Bomb, Net, Acid Vial, Alchemist Fire Flask, Grappling Hook, Holy Water Flask, Lantern Bullseye, Potion of Healing, Potion of Greater Healing, Shovel, Tent for 2 people, Ball Bearings and Caltrops. And also your Scale Armor, your Light Crossbow, and your Special Weapon.
What the fuck?
And you
Yeah,
only
I have a bunch
yeah.
of things.
And that's only 57 out of 57 weight.
Yeah, because all of it is in the bag of holding, essentially.
Yeah.
Except for the armor and the
Yeah,
gun.
that's great. Okay, so the bomb then, so it was 3d6? Dex save?
Yes,
What's the
I
DC?
can't get it. The DC is 12, but I can't seem to
That's
get
fine,
it into
okay. So that's... Can you roll the 3d6 for me, please?
Yes, how do I do that? Slash
Just
roll,
slash R 3d6.
slash R 3d6. Like that?
Yep. So that's 11 damage on the rogue. And 5 damage on the fighter.
Not the other way around?
The rogue rolled higher. Oh yes, you are correct,
Yeah.
sorry. Yeah, I forgot. 5
10 on
damage.
fighter, 5 on rogue.
Yes, thank you.
11 on fighter.
Down to there. Okay, that's good. Okay, done. Thank you.
And that was both my actions.
Action,
then-
bonus action, yep. Do you want to move anywhere?
Yeah, I think 5, 10, 15, 20. Somewhere around here, I think.
Okay,
Still
that's-
having some cover
Okay,
from
you sort
the...
of stick to the tree line and sort of stay around there.
Yep.
I just say.
Oh, you. Well. Ugh.
Oh, roll
Hmm.
Constitution save for me for concentration and visibility.
Oh yes, of course. Thank you. Con save.
Yeah, con save. You're fine.
Yeah. Okay. So that is that. Remind me of the No, actually, they da. So, how far does a 15-foot cone go?
I need to use. It would be sort of 15 foot in a straight line, and then. Yeah, I would say. Here the squares to the side of it, and then it would go around in a circle. So yeah. So I'd say 16 feet for the purposes of this calculation.
Okay.
How wide is the cone, though?
I think it was 90 degrees.
Yeah.
So it would hit this tile to this tile.
So I suppose, yeah, there is. So like, if I stood, yeah, or yeah,
If you stood
Good.
here, then that would be 15.8. I would say you could hit all three of them with burning hands,
okay,
or you could go here and hit all three. It works the same.
yeah. She will then step. Yeah, just step forward seems easiest then.
Okay.
If you say that I hit all of them with that.
Yep.
Okay. Well, prepare to burn.
All right.
And,
spell this?
Just quickly, let's see.
226.
Yeah, that's just for one creature. So yeah,
Yeah, that would be for all three of them, so that's fine. Just show spell description for
Yeah,
the.
it was
Go ahead, sorry.
Oh yes. I was just wondering. I was considering using empowered spell, but that is only for one target.
Yeah. Can't do it on AoE stuff. Rogue
Yes.
succeeds. Fighter succeeds.
I no. The save is no. Actually, no. Sorry.
And the monk fails.
I don't know why it says
Let
spell
me-
save DC 13 because
Ah,
mine is
oh,
14.
yours is now 14. Yeah, because of. Okay, let me check
But-
that. Oh, I know it. It'll be because the Burning Hands' DC isn't listed here. Yeah, that's it. Attack.
Oh.
Let me
I see.
find out what it says here. Spell proficient. Saving throw. Dex versus spell. That would be it.
Yeah.
There
yeah.
you go. Now
Okay.
now it's fixed. So that'll now show DC
Nice.
14. So yeah.
Thank you. But I
So
still only
the
hit one of them.
monk fails, but the others still succeed.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's
How
5.
hurt do they all look to be?
The rogue looks pretty bad at this point. The fighter's not doing great. The monk is. This is the first damage the monk has taken, but it looks to have hurt them pretty decently.
As in after this fire, then.
Yeah. So the rogue's
Alright.
looking pretty bad. The fighter's not looking great. The monk's looking okay.
Okay.
And that's your action.
Yes. Let's just see. Mm,
Actually, I might change my plans here.
yes. Yeah. She makes her hair billow again.
Of course. Ilya, hello.
Hi. Let me just check something. 10 feet. So yeah, if I stand there, that would still hit. Yeah, that would still hit Ajisai. Yeah, okay, well, first of all, move there. So that should 5, 10, 15, 20, I think. Yeah, that should be fine.
Although,
I-
like, if I mean, Adisai is probably okay with you. Also,
Oh no, I'm just gonna
there
I'm gonna go with my original plan instead.
Sure.
I'm gonna cast Bless
Okay.
on Ajisai, Radea, and myself.
Okay. So you're now concentrating on bless.
Yes.
Let me mark that
And
with.
then-
This is concentration, not the red dot. There we go.
And then for my bonus action, I cast Spiritual Weapon. And
Okay.
I place it right in the middle of those.
Okay. I do not have a weapon thing yet before. How do you want your spiritual weapon to look?
Just make it an axe, I think.
Just a standard axe?
Yeah.
Okay. And it was in here. No, I didn't put it in there. I put it in here. Let's use... where is she? There she
So I
is.
used one of those, and I used one of those. There we go.
There you go. You want that there?
Exactly, yeah.
Alright, and you're concentrating... I think spiritual weapon is concentration?
Nope.
No?
Nope.
Okay, good, good.
Because I'm concentrating on bless. So
Okay, I'll mark that as that. Okay. Can spiritual weapon attack on the turn it's summoned? I don't think so.
I believe it
Um,
can.
when you cast the spell, you can make a melee spell attack against a creature within 5 feet
Okay,
of the
so make the attack then.
weapon. Which
should-
one is it?
It should be in your attack list.
Is it?
Did you have to...
Oh yeah, there it is.
Yeah.
Found it.
Who are you attacking, by the way?
Oh yeah, I am attacking the monk.
The monk, okay. Roll damage.
Yes.
Actually, wait, is there AC
Once.
15? Am I silly? It was... Yeah, it is 15, because it was no armor plus dex plus wisdom. So roll damage. Just click
yes.
on where it's a spiritual weapon. And yeah, okay, 10. You hit them just boom with the axe, and they look even more hurt than the rogue now.
That should be my
That's
turn.
your turn. Yep. The monk is going to look at you and sort of, oh, you shouldn't have done that, getting all up in our business. And is going to... that misses you.
Mhm.
And as a bonus action, they're going to try and attack again. I think that hits you.
My AC is 16.
Silvery bobs.
My AC is 16 as well.
Yeah, so that would hit. But I will
Silvery
reroll it.
bobs.
I am rerolling, yep. Misses then.
That misses.
I think... Let me check something. Oh right, they would have spent... I would have... Yeah, I'm going to wreck on that. They spent a key point there. Rather than just bonus action attack, they spent a key point to do Flurry of Blows. So the first one was an unarmed strike, and so that one missed, and the second one does hit.
Yep.
So you take 4 bludgeoning damage.
So I'm down to 14.
Yep.
And I have advantage on action of choice.
What's that from?
Silvery
Oh yeah,
bobs.
silvery, yes, just silvery.
Also, I don't think Oso's gonna come back. He talked to his dad about it, and they do have some solutions that they could try, but he said they'll try them tomorrow.
Okay,
So not today.
gotcha, that's fine. I will, I'll make sure to get the recording uploaded as soon as possible then for stuff. That's the monk's turn then. The rogue is going to look at Isis sort of and is going to sweep their foot in front of them and use cunning action hide in the dust cloud that they kick up.
Oh.
Roll perception for me.
Yes.
They match, however, you are also flanked by the monk as well, so I'm going to give it to them anyway. They are going to then dive through the dust cloud from a slightly different direction and attack with their dagger. Natural 20.
Ooh.
That is that, and they have also that.
So 18?
10, 18, 24. Because sneak attack damage is also doubled on crit.
Ah, yeah, so they got both those sneak attacks.
Yes, I had to roll it twice.
Then. Ah, yes.
Because it's 2d6 for level 3 times 2 because double the dice.
Yes, so...
Make a charisma saving throw. DC 5 plus 5 plus 24,
Oh.
20, DC 29.
Ah, yeah. So.
Hey, you can't use it if you're reduced to 0 by a crit.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. So no, it
Yeah.
doesn't happen then.
Okay. So you are downed.
Yes.
Concentration fades on invisibility. I will take control of Warlock for the remainder of the session,
Ew.
just to have that happen. Bless is still on you, but you are downed. The rogue is sort of
Rogue crits.
shouldn't have gotten in the way of our operation. Fighter is going to go over to Ilya. We go over to no, we're gonna go over to Radir actually. And he's going to make an attack with longsword. Does that hit?
Yes.
9 slashing damage to you. Down to 14.
All right.
Just sort of there's a shield affixed to his arm, and he's got it wielding a longsword in one hand, so he just attacks you with that. Come on, man, get out of here. That's all done. Wymark, in the last thing I got from Yarn before the during DMs is going to run up to. I just found you spare the dying. You are stabilized. Unconscious but stabilized. I believe that is an action. I'm just going to check to be sure.
If he were healed again, would he become conscious?
No, if you were to heal, you'd be conscious, yes, but spare the dying just means you stay at 0 and you just stabilized.
Okay.
Or actually, let me think. His with actions, he has Cure Wounds prepared. He probably would have used Cure Wounds, actually. So... that is... 10 HP back to Aegis then? So
But,
rather than stabilize,
Cure
you are
wounds
fully...
instead.
Yes, instead.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
you are healed. Yeah. Let me just check that. It was, yeah, it was modifier of 4 because I gave him a +2 wisdom.
Thank you.
He just nods to you. Read it.
How healthy are these two looking?
Wizard looks like they want to go and sleep in the library. The fighter's looking pretty haggard.
Well, I will kind of readjust my coat after the hit of the longsword.
Mhm.
And then I'm gonna do another attack with my rapier towards the fighter.
Okay. Roll for that. And add a d4 from Bless. 18 hits though, so that's fine.
Yeah.
Roll damage then. 9. How do you want to do this?
I do a slice specifically at my eye height, which would be the fighter's skies.
Yep.
To kind of incapacitate him from the pains and inability to like stand for a couple of hours.
Non-lethal?
Yes.
Alright. He is knocked out then.
Yes. Then. Seeing how the rogue is doing a lot, I'm then going to 1, 2, 3.
The wizard
Yep.
gets an attack of opportunity on you.
All right.
Where is he? There he is. Melee spell attack. Does that hit?
Yes.
5 lightning damage to you.
All right.
And you can't take reactions.
You can't take reactions. Yeah. So you're down.
Isn't there a save on that?
No, there isn't. There's just I just posted the description. It's make a melee spell attack against the target.
Okay. Well, I still move. So 1, 2,
Yep.
3, 4,
Yeah, you can move through the spiritual weapon. You're stuck under the axe.
5. Over
Okay.
to here.
Yep.
Does this count as flanking?
Yes.
All right. I will use my bonus action to attack the rogue.
Okay, roll for that.
With advantage.
If you want to, but you also have a D4 from Bless.
Yes, but I have the advantage.
Oh, yes, you have advantage from that. Sorry, yes, I was thinking of the silvery barbs advantage. Yes, you have advantage from the flanking. 17 hits. Roll damage. How do you want to do this?
I kind of try and like do a tap on the shoulder. The second the head is being turned to see what's being tapped, I just pommel strike
All right.
to the face, non-lethal.
Yeah, he as he attacks Ajusai and sort of backs away a bit, seeing Ajusai getting healed. You tap him on the side of the face, turn and just sock him, and he's down instantly. Wizard's turn. The wizard is going to spend their turn digging around in the fighters' pockets, drawing forth their potion of healing, and feeding it to them to heal them for 8. That's all they're doing there. Phileas, your turn.
Okay. Let's see. Can I still do non-lethal from range? Or do I have to move up
You can do
this?
non-lethal.
Okay. In that case, I'm gonna try to take a shot at the mage here.
Okay, so roll your attack for that then.
Yes. So first with my action, it is here, right?
Yes, that is an 18. That hits. Click the grey button to roll damage.
I'm very curious about the abbreviation.
How do you want to do this?
I wanna shoot him in the leg, so that he falls over.
Okay, so as you shoot him in the leg, as a naturally fair wizard, he sort of sees the shot hit his leg and just passes out on the spot.
Does he
falling forward
headbutt? Does he
into space.
headbutt the fighter he was feeding a potion?
Yes.
Yeah, he helped him get to he helped the fighter get to his feet, and then just fell onto the ground himself. Like slumped against him and sort of slid down him.
Nice.
What does pistol mean by out of curiosity?
It is my power-infused slug thrower with optical lens.
Nice. I like that. Do you want to move or bonus action?
I want to use my bonus action. I want to use beacon, my eldritch cannon, to shoot at. It's a forced ballista version. I forgot to say that
that's
before, but and I'm going to shoot at the monk.
I would say you would need to move from your current position because of the tree stump in the way, as well as the 2 people.
Okay.
So you
In
would need
that
to get
case,
in.
can
move
I
back to
see
yours.
over this stump here?
Yeah. If you stood on it, I'd say yes.
Okay, I'm gonna climb up on top of it.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get a clear shot at the monk from here. So roll damage for that. Roll to hit for that rather.
Yes, I'm just gonna check if I actually have.
Is there any benefit to the high ground?
No. You're a gnome.
It should just be 2d8 plus what makes a ranged spell attack. Okay.
Yes. So that should be in your attack list. If not, then just make a ranged attack and add your spellcasting modifier.
Okay.
So I think
Right.
like your basic attack
Modifier
here is
4.
20
And
plus
proficiency
3.
bonus as
Yeah,
well,
you do.
right?
So
No, never mind.
it's a d20 plus your intelligence plus your proficiency for ranged
So
spell
would it be
attack.
proficient on this one, right? Because it's a cannon. I guess it would just be a
I mean,
ranged
range
spell
spell.
attack.
Well, here's the thing. I think range spell attacks still give proficiency. I'm not sure.
It kind of
Okay.
spell casting, not as a.
Okay, so not proficiency. Okay, so it would just be d20 plus intelligence then.
Okay, then I'm just gonna do a roll out. Can I do a slash roll d20
20 plus
plus
whatever,
4.
yeah. No.
Okay.
You,
I hit the tree somewhere.
yeah, you try and aim at the monk and sort of, and you sort of, it's a very narrow angle to try and not hit Wymark in the head, while still hitting the monk, and it sort of just right over him.
Come on, focus, speaking. God damn it.
I just say.
And that's my turn.
As you come to, you see the rogue just go down to being socked in the face by Radia. The wizard also seems to be on the floor.
Well. How do these two look?
The monk looks pretty beat up. The fighter looks like they basically just got back on their feet, but they're doing a bit better than the monk.
Okay. Oh gosh, they're in a line, aren't they?
Yes, they are in a line. I will
We
warn
haven't
you
gotten to
that
use this.
I will warn you that technically speaking, spells can't do non-lethal. However, I will just say they can because it's more fun that way because you get to flavor your spells to allow for it. So what did you have in mind?
Yes. Well. So if you'll allow that, then I have Agan as a Scorcher.
Okay. Go ahead. And description.
Yes.
5 feet wide, emanates from the direction you choose. Your creature must make a dexterity saving throw. So the monk, DC 14,
Yes.
because of your new stuff, fails,
Just.
and the fighter fails. How do you want to do that then?
So, does this get both of them?
Yes, it does.
Okay. So, well, a line of roaring flame
Yep.
emanates from her, and let's see. Ooh. I'm sort of thinking like I can make it maybe cut low to the ground
Mm-hmm.
so that it well, we'll probably give some pretty nasty burns on their legs.
Okay, yeah, that works. So, the monk, just as you sort of, you're sort of on the ground as you do this. From when you
Yes.
fell, so you
That,
just
that actually makes perfect sense. She
Yeah.
is still on the ground.
yeah, so you just perform the hand gestures as part of the spell, and the line of fire just blasts out on the ground. The monk, barely hanging on, just sort of staggers backwards from the impact and falls over. You angle it slightly upwards, and the fighter takes a slightly bigger hit. Staggers sort of, we failed you, and then falls forward onto his face. With that, you have defeated this team. They are all currently unconscious, groaning somewhat in some cases.
I immediately pull out my screwdriver and recalibrate my Eldritch Cannon,
Roll
thinking
for,
that was the reason it missed.
roll for sleight of hand.
Yes.
Really, I would walk over to Ajisai and use Cure Wounds to heal her up a bit.
Okay, roll for that, please.
Where is it? There it is. On. Do I have another second level? I think I have another.
You should have another second level. Okay, so that's 18 healing total. You get back to 28.
Ah, that feels better.
And then I'm sitting here with my 14.
Wymark will, seeing you do this, will do the same to both you and Radir. So let me cast that at second level. This one's for you, and this one's for Radir. So you get back 17 HP.
17,
So that just tops you out.
Yeah, that just tops me.
And Radir gets back 6.
I'm gonna start dragging the road into this tent.
Okay.
Mm.
Do you just like drag him in and just leave him there, or?
Yes, and then I will try and start dragging the monk as well.
All right, you drag the monk in there too.
And lastly, I will drag the fighter.
Okay, you drag the fighter in there too.
I will then.
Bit of a tight squeeze.
Yeah. Once that's done, I'm gonna make sure the tent is closed and there's no like obvious visible issues.
Yeah.
I will then cast.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Disguising myself as the rogue.
Okay.
And I will then kind of walk over to the mage
Okay.
and use the help action.
Is the rest of the party? Are you telling the rest of the party like just like stay out of sight for this, or?
No.
Okay. So you help them. They're back at 1 HP then.
Yeah, and I go. Trying to imitate the voice as much as I can. Performance, I assume.
Mm-hmm. Performance. Go ahead. 23.
Wow.
You didn't use your silvery barbs, so
No.
that was a good place to use it.
The clip, and I go. Wait, we need to get out. The others are gone.
Oh shit! God, I'm not gonna fucking like this.
I kind of try to like hush to like show that like point over to see that the enemies that got us are still over there. We need to be quiet.
Alright. Fuck. I'm gonna roll just not insight 3 or performance. Yeah. I've got the item. Let's go.
All right.
Let's get to safety.
We should take different routes. Where do we meet up? Where was it we were gonna deliver the item to?
I'll squint at you. Did you get hit in the bloody head or something?
Yes, I did in fact, and I point to the side of my head where I made sure to make it a visible bruise from the rapier hit.
He sort of puts his hands out to it, sort of touch it. I'm gonna have to roll another insight check here. No, Disguise Self has that as part of the... it's investigation, isn't it?
Yes.
Against your spell DC. He's like gonna like try and touch the side of your head where you got hit. The spell save is 13, and yours is 14.
It's 14.
Yes, and investigation is there.
I sleep while I like gesticulate for silvery bumps.
Okay. So this is what the. Why you? And he goes to grab you.
I am gonna just use the let's see. At this point, I just flinch backwards to here.
Yeah.
Can I react to this?
Sure.
As I see him, the mage, like trying to stand up.
Yeah, he would be trying to stand up as he sees Radir walking backwards. He looks pretty angry now.
Yes. As a well, not a reaction, but I will take an action and then a bonus action here to load a net into my item launcher
Okay.
in like a portable,
Yep.
and then shoot it at him to try to net him in.
What's the description on the net then? Like, is there like a is it like a save for it or?
It counts as a weapon actually. I'm
Okay.
gonna check quickly. Wait, what is the actual? Here we go. They have to do a DC 10 strength check to free themselves.
Oh, so but do they have to, is it like a dodge or is it just that? Does it just work?
Let me read it.
Okay.
A large smaller creature hit by the net is restrained. I guess I have to do a ranged weapon attack first.
I would just say that you're like you can calculate the trajectory for these launches perfectly fine. You've done it perfectly enough. Like you didn't like it's not it's just all you're doing is you're using the item from range.
Yeah,
I would say so. You're fine. So you need to make a strength check to actually be able to get out of it.
Yes, a DC 10 strength check.
Well, he fails that one. So.
Okay,
So yeah, you just sort of boom, and the net just and knocks him to the ground.
Nice.
Just what the hell
They're
are
not
you people?
going anywhere.
The hell are you people?
I just say at this point would run up to him.
Okay.
Before that, while the net is being flung, I kind of poke Ilya in the leg and kind of signal like a bonk on the head.
You know what? Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah, she would. She's closer, so she and he did. So she does that before Ajisai arrives.
Yeah,
Okay.
okay. Ilya's just gotta bonk him unconscious.
Let me just roll a dexterity saving throw against that bonk, since
I mean, that
it-
bonk would probably be with
I mean,
strength.
seven is a. If that was 7 was an attack, it would miss. But
That wasn't even my roll.
oh right, okay. I didn't roll that.
I
Okay,
haven't
never mind.
even rolled yet.
Okay. Sorry, I thought I don't know why I thought that was yours. Okay, roll an unarmed attack again, or whatever you want then.
I'm just gonna bonk him with my.
Okay,
I
roll
don't
it.
think I've
Roll
unarmed
your attack, and I'll
so
just take it non-lethal.
just gonna go with the strength, I think.
That's below his AC, so
Ah, goddammit.
you punch him,
Actually-
it sort of impacts on the mage arm, and it's like a ching as it hits, and there's like a
Let me
flash.
just check something.
Go ahead, Radir.
Don't you have a bless from yourself?
Oh yeah, roll
Yeah,
a
I have
d4.
blessed.
You do have a bless on yourself, and I can also give advantage.
Roll a d4 then.
Ah,
If you roll a 3 or higher, you win.
Or 1d4, was it like
Slash R 1d4. Okay, you did that doesn't hit.
Silver and the silvery barb's advantage.
Okay, so roll with advantage.
another one?
Yep.
Yeah, because silvery barb. Well, you can cast silvery barbs to give you advantage.
No, I already cast it, and even if it
Yeah.
didn't cause him to miss
No, I did the
investigation,
Oh right, okay, that's fair.
it states that you can just do it.
You can just reroll the attack itself, but I'll just take
You-
just the reroll.
wait,
I'll take the reroll bless. It works fine. Yeah, you just punch him in the gut and he goes and falls to his knees and he's out.
I then stroll over and kind of start rumbling through his pockets.
Roll investigation.
Since I know that he has the item,
Yep,
do I get
yep.
advantage?
Yeah. Yep, you find it pretty easily. It is a small metal disc. Almost it's almost like it's more of a ring, really. But it's flat and it's about little less than 6 inches across from diameter. With about a 1 inch in the ring. The ring itself is about 1 inch, 1 inch in thickness. Although, well, in width rather, it's probably about less than half a centimeter, 5 millimeters of thickness. Inscribed on it are glyphs and all sorts of runes and magic that you can't understand.
Do I see this from this distance? I'm still sitting on the.
I would say that given your keen eyesight as a ranged attacker, I'd say that you see the item. Yeah.
Do I get the sense that it's more than just a regular item from here, or?
It's. I mean, it was. It was. I mean, he used the magic in it during the fight.
Oh, I did. I saw the magic.
When
Do I
Radir
know
attacked
that's the
him,
source?
time seemed to just blink for all of you.
Okay, and I can connect that to the item itself.
Given that when he wasn't particularly quiet, I'd say, when he was talking to Radir. So when he said he had the item, it was you all heard it. So you can probably piece that together from here.
Okay. I will move up to it.
Okay.
To the group and check the item from
Uh,
just afar for now.
Okay, yep, you see the same thing as the others. It's like sort of about 5 inches diameter, 1 inch width on the disc, about half a centimeter thick. Covered in all sorts
Ooh.
of symbols.
Is this the item you spoke of?
We believe so. Can you identify it?
Yes, of course I can. And I take it with a great deal of enthusiasm.
Do you take it with care?
Yes.
Okay,
I
so you
do.
cast Identify then?
Yeah, I hard cast it actually. I don't.
Okay, so put it in chat for me, please.
How do I do that?
You just click the little speech bubble next to the spell. There you go.
Okay, there we go. Do I check my spell slot somewhere as well?
In the spells section, you'll see.
It
Slots
is
remaining?
total slots remaining.
Yeah, so you
Okay.
have 3 total slots, 2 slots remaining now.
Okay, so I pull down the monocle on top of my forehead, and it
Yeah.
starts glowing
Okay.
and spinning, and then I take a look at the item.
All right.
And it is this thing, right? Oh. This is an item of great power, and I explain what is said here to everyone in the party. Well, except for the last part, because I don't know that, right?
Yeah, I need to. That shouldn't be there. I forgot to not add that.
Okay.
You don't get part of a whole. There we go.
Oh.
Yeah. As you focus on this item, you get a sense of what it does, and it seems to warp the space around it, and you sense sort of flit over the surface of it as you're sort of concentrating on it. You sense sort of flickers of. They're not visually there, but there's sort of flickers of where sort of time is speeding up or slowing down, or space is distorting, or things like that. It feels
While
very
we don't-
unstable in your hands.
Question: while we don't know of the part of a whole, can I
Yeah.
do a history check on this item now
Yes,
that it's
you
been
can.
explained?
I would also like to do a history check,
Yes, you can.
or I guess an investigation, or whatever it falls under.
History, yeah, I would say. Neither of you have heard of this item.
Oof.
You can draw Arcana if you want.
I can try.
I dropped out.
Still, neither of you have heard of this item.
I dropped
that's
out.
You've also not heard of this item.
I don't think I would either. Yeah, no.
Actually, though, wouldn't the Marigu family be from the Underdark adjacent areas?
Probably, but this item still isn't.
Yes, I'm just thinking that if they are from that area, they would absolutely have heard of a certain dwarf king
Oh, almost certainly.
and his arsenal of tools.
Check something. You had a different one.
Yes.
Yes. I would say it depends. Would the Dwarf King have been public about him having this item, given what he went through when he obtained
He
it?
probably didn't shout out about it, but people would absolutely. He didn't try and disguise it.
I mean, he wore it in his beard, so yeah.
Yeah, exactly. He would have been, anyone with any level of arcane knowledge or magical know-how would have seen it and known about
Seen it, yes, but no one's going to cast Identify on an item in his beard. The only way you'd even know it's magical is if you used Detect Magic and knit around him.
Ah.
Which I actually have, I just noticed, yep.
Yeah. So you'd be able to use
And I actually have it prepared.
Yeah, so Detect Magic would be able to tell you that this is magical, and Identify would tell you that what it
Yeah.
does. I'm
But
just
if we use identify on it, do we know that it's a magical item then, or do we? Just
yeah. Once
know
you use
that...
Identify, you get the actual like description and stuff.
Yeah. So we know it's magical in origin.
Yeah. But you do not have the history of this item. None of you have heard of it, or know what it might be.
While we're at it, I am gonna cast detect magic as a ritual ability here.
All right, you take a few minutes to do
if
that.
Just to check if there's anything in the tent.
You do not sense any other magical items nearby.
Okay.
Do you wish to search the tents regardless, however? Any of you?
Yeah. Sure.
Wait, what? Sorry, I wasn't
Do you
reading.
want to search the tents?
Yeah, sure.
Alright, if everyone who
Sure.
wishes to search the tents can roll investigation, please. At this point, Spiritual Weapon and Bless will have faded because of the Ritual Detect Magic.
I just find nothing.
Wow.
We're all really bad.
Okay.
I rolled a natural one.
Yep.
It's a lot to you, Radir.
It's funny that no, you had a -1, but yeah.
Yeah,
So we rolled the same.
Yeah, I have -1 on intelligence.
I am not gonna look in the tent.
Okay. Well, I could probably join in if. In that case.
Clerics can always like change their spells depending, right?
That's why
At the start of each day.
At the start of each
Yeah,
day,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
That's why Mark's roll. On a 17 investigation, he sort of goes through the tents quickly just to sort of see if he can see anything. In the wizard's tent, he finds a spell book. And a pouch of gold. And brings them out to the group. Do either of you wish to go through either of these?
Do I? Am I still holding the Wheel of Stars since I?
You
I
are
can-
still holding it at this point, yes.
I'm just gonna sit down over here. I'm not gonna care about too much about the items. Just gonna sit right here and just investigate the item.
I'm
Adisai
following
follows along. Yes.
Okay.
I mean, I'm doing it because I have Artificer's Lore. So.
Elia isn't interested in any of that, so she's just gonna.
Ah,
Yeah.
Artificer's Law.
Yeah.
That might change something. Let me see.
We both should have it, so.
When aiming intelligence check related to magical items, twice your proficiency. Okay, so it just means that you have. That still wouldn't have given you anything. Okay,
No.
that wouldn't have changed the results.
No, but just character
Yeah,
wise.
that's fair. I just wanted to make sure.
But I'm trying to start. I'll start going through like since it's a magic item and it came from this part of the world. I'm gonna try and start like going through in my mind all kind of like heroic like tavern songs I've heard through my travels
just to get back
about like heroes in this area. I'm thinking of like items that have been.
you know that it
mentioned.
came from this country here.
Yes.
Just so you're aware of that specifically.
Yes, but I'm trying to like go through it in my mind about all the
All right.
like songs I've heard, and so that would essentially be anything from as far west as the Topaz Isles, all the way east to Shinjuhama, and all the way north up to Rengard.
It's like most of the world.
Like this area, essentially.
Roll a history check with advantage. Okay, that's still the same
Exact
as your
same,
previous
yes.
one, so yeah, it's still nothing you get from that.
I would try to discuss with Redir if he's ever seen or heard something like this before, from more of a artistic background.
Yeah. Even if I
I'd say
can't
it's just
pinpoint
keeping
it.
an
You go first.
yeah. I just say is just keeping an eye on the item
Okay.
so that nothing happens.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Ellie,
how
are you
I
coming
thought
over
of-
as well?
Huh?
Are you coming over as well?
No, she's gonna stand there and just like think about a few things.
Okay. Waymark will plop down the spell book and the bag of gold over near you guys as well then.
I'm gonna start like essentially discussing them with the group around here, like about any songs I've heard that mention magical items.
Roll a d4. You've heard of one song that mentions magical items. It's one from the Topaz Isles that mentions a magical egg. That's all you can think of right now.
All right.
Egg.
Egg.
No, not the egg again.
I'm
I-
sorry,
I-
it was
I
a good chance
essentially
to
go-
tie it back in.
I turn to the others and go. I can't think of any songs sort of I've heard about it. And any inkling of where these kinds of items would have been mentioned? If we can narrow it down, I might be more capable.
I wouldn't say I know, but it's fascinating.
How old would this item be?
As a
Do I have any idea of?
both of you being rock gnomes with your history stuff, even despite not knowing what it is or the history that might be related to it, you can gather it is probably several hundred years old, at
Okay.
least.
It's ancient.
Several 100 years.
At least.
Yes.
I haven't got a
Not more.
specific timeline
Yeah.
of events in this world that I've figured out.
Since I'm told that I assume by Phil that it's at least several hundred, I start going back several hundreds here in my like song banks and start thinking of stories I've heard or read, because that was like the one thing he cared about back in Avalon.
Ancient
when he-
songs, then.
Specifically, no, not that far back. It's not a couple of centuries, which would be the early couple of the early parts of the Age of Emptiness. If there's any songs from that time or stories.
The only songs you remember from the early Age of Emptiness were sort of "We Go Marching Off to War" kind of things. There's very little that survived that period, even in terms of
Yeah.
songs.
Mm-hmm.
If I compare this item to other items I've seen in my life, can I somehow get a grasp of how rare or how powerful the item is, or do I have any inkling of like, is this item worth the potential risk of carrying it, so to speak?
Roll an intelligence check for me.
Okay.
You just furthest leftmost rather than the saving throws.
Let's see. Can I just click there then?
Should be.
Yeah, okay.
This item does not have a similar magic to any item you've ever come across in your past. The
Okay.
temporal spatial distortions around it are nothing you've ever seen before or felt before. And while despite how minor they are, and you can only really notice them while you identifying the object, since you're not attuned to it, You gather that this item is probably very powerful,
Okay.
or possibly even unique.
If I were to attune to it, I would get more.
If you were to
Information
attune to it, you might get a little more, but that would take a short rest.
Okay. I tell that to the group that it's more than anything I've ever seen before. And I tell them that I could learn. I could find out more about it if I were to examine it for an hour or so. But that is up to you. I don't want to intrude.
You've got time. Insight. Phyllis, if you wish to contest the insight check, you can. You don't have to.
Well, I'm actually honest here, so I don't have to.
Okay. Yep, he's being honest.
Well.
Truth be told, this item is. I am currently looking for powerful magical items for a personal project of mine. However, I do feel that this item is a bit too much out of my league. I think it's gonna bring more risk to me than anything else. So I am gonna give you this as a warning. If you do carry this item with you, well, do not expect that it's not going to lead to trouble.
I don't mind the risk.
Ah, either you're brave or you're foolish.
Or both.
Or both, perhaps. Either case, it is your decision what you want to do with it. But I could spend an hour to examine it more if you are willing to give me the option.
I'm going to I'm gonna try and do. Is there any type of like thing that I could somehow narrow down which area of the world like it potentially was created, like where in the world it was created?
No.
Okay.
And I can't do anything to find out if I recognize the tech from a specific area around the world.
No, it doesn't seem to be technological in
Ancient?
any way, really. It's purely magical. The symbols don't seem to correspond to anything either of you have seen before. No, there's no.
Since we've checked all of that, can I check if there is any type of symbolism that would recognize this item, aka religion?
Make a religion check.
Normal, I assume?
Yeah. No. Nothing that comes to mind for you. Others are welcome to make one if they want to.
Since none of us is currently figuring it out, I look over to Ilya, who is standing over there. Excuse me, could you give it one more look? Because it seems that our four heads together are just as useless as one.
I don't think I will be much help, but I can take a look. And she then waddles
You're
over
from a
and-
different part of the world from us, so maybe. And I will also give a bardic inspiration.
Which one am I doing? Is it
Religion.
religion?
Religion, yes.
Okay, plus bardic inspiration. Oh lord.
And that's what, a D6 or D8 at the moment?
It's currently, I think it's just a D6.
Oh yeah, it would because you're multi-classing. So,
Yeah.
1d6
Yep.
as well.
23. There's no symbolism on here that you are familiar with. However, you do gather that there are 12 symbols on here. Each one of a similar design or perhaps origin, but each one unique and perhaps symbolizing something different.
Well, they're not symbols I recognize. However, there is 12 in similar design. But they seem to
Yeah.
be, well,
Yeah, sort of there's 12 major symbols around the wheel.
yeah.
And then there's sort of lots of little, not quite symbols, but little ornamentations around them. They don't, so
Yeah, we'll
they
just
aren't,
tell them that.
yeah, they aren't really part of the overall wheel.
A question,
yeah?
just in general. It's giving off a magic energy, right?
If you use Detect Magic, you would notice that, yes. Phileas currently has it
But-
running.
But I'm thinking, is it possible to figure it out if the power is based in arcane knowledge or fey shadow knowledge, or if it's
With your
divine
previous checks,
knowledge?
I would simply say it's arcane in nature.
Okay,
That
so
you
it's
you
not
rolled
the-
you rolled a disgustingly high history check. I'm
So-
giving that to you.
So it's not traceable back to like something like it's based in its origin is somewhere in the Church of Merlin or Morrigan or
Yeah,
like,
it doesn't seem to, it wouldn't be. It doesn't seem to be related to one of the divinities. That much you would know. It's not related. It doesn't. If it's related to a divinity, this isn't something that's common knowledge. At this point, you hear a groan from inside the tent that you dumped the three bodies into.
I think they're waking up.
Should we skedaddle out of here?
Hmm. Might be smart. Wouldn't want to have their blood spilled, as she says with a slight grin.
Phyllis just shivers at the at the seemingly evil smile. So, now that you have the artifact in hand, what is your next plan of action?
What?
To
We could
yeah.
We could always try and find out more about it if we are heading north anyway.
I was going to head down south, but with my let's say, I'm not very good at traveling, so I'm probably gonna have to go back and hire a proper guide this time.
Do any of you decide to look through the spell book or the gold pouch that Wymark found?
Well, I would probably look at the spellbook.
It doesn't seem to have very much in it at the moment. There's a section for a standard wizard spells that make no sense to you as a cleric. But the back of the book is filled with some sort of encryption or coded writings.
My character would be interested in that if he finds out about it.
Your choice if you want to be looking at this or not as well at the same time.
Well, yeah,
Well-
Ilya would tell them because she obviously cannot, decipher it or read it or whatever.
Then I would, Phyllis would take a look at it.
Okay. Yeah, it seems to be
It's
just
like-
it's just random letters just just written in there, but they have to mean something.
Can I try to make some kind of investigation check?
I forget what
Find out.
the check is for breaking codes, but yes, you can. Let me just check quickly for you.
While he does that, Ilya will also pick up the coin pouch.
Ciphers require a int check. It looks like going by the linguist feat.
Okay. Okay, I'm just gonna do a flat int check then.
Um, yeah, you sort of try a few things. It doesn't seem like it's really working. You can't find any sort of pattern of vowels or anything else that seems to fit in any of the possible decodes you try.
Okay. Well, this seems like gibberish to me, or it's out of my capability to decipher.
Well, I guess we'll just take it with us and we shall
Yeah.
see.
In the pouch, you find 500 gold.
Hmm. Well, we have 500 gold here. How many people are we?
5.
5. Yeah. Everyone can take 100
If everyone agrees with that.
if everyone wants to. Yeah.
You,
I'm fine.
I'm also gonna check the book to see if not if I can understand the scribbles, because I absolutely cannot, but if I've seen them back in Laktar or not.
You would not have seen this. You would not. I mean, you've seen coded. You saw some
Yes,
coded
but
stuff.
like,
Sort of occasionally
like
at
for example, if there's any like symbol that I recognize as possible.
there is no symbol or anything or any other thing you recognize there. No.
All right.
Yeah, so I guess I will say, well, to be honest, and I know this is unlike me, but I'm quite a bit more interested in this item.
Huh.
Well,
Go on.
since it was, you said it might not be suitable for your project, I suppose one of us should take it with us. And I look around, and I suppose it would be either one of you two. And I look at Ilya and Wymark.
And I just say, yeah, this item is way too much trouble for its worth. And I hand it to whoever wants it.
Yeah, I kind of
Just
grab
say
them.
those. Yeah.
Yeah. Weimar just shakes his head.
You want take it then? And I look over at Ilya.
Well, I guess I will take it for the time being.
Well, if
It's better than me or Regicide. Our spell casting will be hampered if we're caught in an ambush.
Ah, good logic.
Well,
Whereas you two are able to fight better in closer quarters. If needed be, so to speak.
That is true. I prefer being in close combat.
I can hold my own, but I'm really not that great. And as far as I understand, ye don't even have any sort of close quarter capability outside of spellcasting.
fair, but I wouldn't mind holding on to it.
All right then. To the foolhardy one, I guess. And I hand it over.
I'm not gonna heal you if something happens.
Well, I'm willing to take a risk.
Well then.
You can also, well, since you're agreeing to this, you can, well, take my share of the gold.
I don't really care about the gold. I just picked it up.
So,
Well,
how
in
do
that
you want to
case-
split the gold then?
Failures doesn't want the gold.
You don't
He
want
feels
any,
like-
okay.
He feels like it's stealing. So he's just gonna... He's
Okay.
just gonna back off from that.
Okay. And then Wymark will take. Well, Wymark can probably have whatever's remaindered. So, I just doesn't want any.
Oh, well, since she sees that not many might be wanting, she switches to, well,
Happy, right?
Ilya's gonna
I-
take some, but
no,
she's
she-
gonna
it's-
adjust to.
I mean, she's enthusiastic about taking it. She was just thinking she would have otherwise used it to, well,
Buy more
basically,
Necrons.
no, pay for the others to let her have the wheel of have the item.
Ah,
But if people don't seem to mind, she wouldn't mind more money.
Having seen just throughout his travels, like how devastating and probably also how treacherous transporting magical items can be, because transport merchant, he will kind of. I don't. While you are willing to hold on to it, I wouldn't say it's yours completely, but rather a shared responsibility.
Fair.
More specifically, I would say that it's group property, as long as we're traveling together at least.
Fair enough.
actually, how much is it to like? How much would it cost to get my scythe upgraded?
Your
Roughly.
save is currently +0/+0, and the bonuses are from
Exactly.
I believe it. I had Zentrex pay 500 to upgrade his rapier to +1.
Okay, then I'm gonna need at least 110, not 210 actually. I think. No, wait, 110, 110 minimum. But then I'm broke, so
out of
I
500,
should
you're
probably-
taking how much then?
I will probably take 200 then, just to be safe.
200 out of that. Okay, so you're up to 593. That's
Yep.
300 left. Do you want to split that evenly between the three of you?
I'll take as much as no one else wants in order to pay for bigger ship.
Add your size choice then. It's
She
300.
wants as much as possible.
Yeah, so
I should have went for 300. Shit.
well, there's 300 left. So I suppose it depends on how much Radia wants minimum and how much Ajisai is willing to take maximum without feeling bad about it.
Oh, she wouldn't feel bad about
I know
taking
that
all the
was the
rest of it.
joke. Oh dear.
But
I just said we'll take all of it if she could.
but like she oh yeah she would but like she doesn't want to be on too bad terms with the others, so
Yeah.
Well, whatever you leave behind, I'll use to upgrade a ship that we're all traveling on, so.
she takes 200 then.
200, all right. So you're up to 361.
God, I'm rich.
Dear, I'll say you you hang on to the remaining 100 for now. I think Wymark is like still pretty fine.
I don't think we have.
Wymark hasn't paid anything. Yeah, he's at 590. So he took some gold a couple of sessions back from the cave, I think, and that was it. But yeah, I can always grab him some more later if needs be in next session or something.
Yeah. I think, speaking of, by the way, how long have we adventured since we left the port down in the Smidstad?
So it was a week to get to the first town.
Mm-hmm.
A week to get to the second town. Probably. You think you spent a day in the first town,
Yeah.
and you're now a day in the second town. This is your second day at land here. So you could probably, if you head back to town today, you'll probably have to camp for the night again, and then you'd be able to leave around sort of mid-afternoonish on day 3. Otherwise, you could stay the night and leave morning of day 4.
So, how many days of the month?
Sorry?
How many days are left of the month?
Which date of the month did we leave on?
I don't know.
Neither do I. What are we keeping track of here? Is this for guild dues?
Yes.
I would just say that you left at the... I mean, you paid your dues, like, right as you were about to leave. I just say that was the start of the month.
Gotcha.
So don't worry too much about the guild dues stuff. I'll take care of it. But it's not... It's been, like, probably about just over 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks, maybe, by this point.
Alright.
Or will have been, rather. Yeah. There's another sort of groan and a shifting sound from the tent of 3.
Yeah, we should really go.
I'm still kind of curious about who they were working for.
What do you want to do?
Who of them seem to be the newest, like the newest member?
They all seem fairly competent, equally so. None of them seem newer or more senior than the others.
Who
You would
seems the
simply
least
surmise that the rogue was
intelligent?
the one in charge of stealing the item, and the wizard is the one in charge of their funds and keeping
Who seems the
messages.
least intelligent?
Probably the fighter or the monk.
Okay. I'm gonna look at the group and go, I've got an idea. And he is going to ask for Ilias and Weidmark's help to drag the fighter into the bushes over here.
Okay.
Sure.
As you enter the tent, you see the rogue seems to be waking up.
I just pluck him on the head with a rapier butt again in the same spot.
Okay.
Ow.
You pick up you just drag the fighter out then,
Yes.
Yep.
and just dump him over here.
Yeah, and I then kind of since Warmark seems to be the most stealthy among us, to hide in the tent where all the people are, and specifically where the monk is.
Yeah.
And if the monk starts waking up, just clock him again to knock him out.
Okay.
Drag the rogue out of the tent so that he's visible.
Yeah. So here.
And then I tell the Adisai, Ilya, and Phil to kind of patrol and look around this place as if they're looking for people.
I'm gonna follow with Verdir.
As you're
Gonna follow along with
patrolling,
you.
I want. Who did you say was patrolling? Sorry.
Everyone but me and Weimar, which I want to keep watch on the monk.
Okay.
I wanna go with him as well.
Sorry.
Because I'm gonna then disguise myself as the monk.
Okay, I'm gonna stand close by but out of range.
Yeah.
Okay.
Of,
So Adisai and Ilya, roll investigation, perception for me rather. Roll perception for me as you're sort of patrolling the rooms of the camp. Both of you notice that that the stones in the camp seem to have some sort of pattern to them. With rolls that high, I won't ask for a second roll at all. So so as you sort of notice this and look around, you see that there is a circle of stones like this, roughly. And then there's like that, and like that. As you sort of looking around the camp as Radir does this thing, that's what you notice.
All right. Well,
Well, that
while
is
this
interesting.
is going on, then
Mhm.
I, as disguised, head out into the like next to the forest, so that I'm still within line of sight of them because they know, but if they if they hear anything, but
Okay.
trying to make it look as if, and then I kind of use the help action, making it look like I just managed to get us away. The others are out cold.
Okay.
I am going to cast Detect Thoughts
Oh.
All right.
Can you put the
at
description in
my
chat, please?
telepathic feat.
Nice.
It's my telepathic feat. Once a day without spell slots or components.
Can you put the description for Detect Thoughts in chat so I can see? these
Okay.
specifics?
I don't have it as a spell.
Then I'll
I
just
can
look it up.
find
That's
here,
fine.
right?
Don't worry about it.
I have it here, I think.
Okay.
How do I post it from the compendium?
You can drag it to your spell list and then
yeah.
click it from there.
Yeah, that
Uh-huh.
works.
Can I just do this? No, never mind. How do I drag it into my spell list?
Just drag it in, and it's like open your character, just drag it into your character, just like
Oh, okay, I have to
dragging,
do this. Okay,
yeah.
wait. I get it. Then I just do this, I guess. Yeah, okay.
Yep. Okay. Thank you. So can you make a performance check, Radir?
All right.
Okay. And
I'm gonna do it as they start talking, so I don't.
Yes. And the
beforehand.
fighter will contest. No. Perfect. So how do you set your
as soon as he wakes up, I kind of hold my finger to my mouth as if hushing him.
Okay.
Kind of nod my head to the side so he can see where the others are patrolling.
Mhm.
And so that he can see the unconscious rogue and mage.
Uh,
And I gotta go.
yeah. His first thoughts are confusion, followed by understanding and fear.
We need to sneak away before they find us too. I have the item. I took it off the mage while they weren't looking.
Right. We need to get north.
Do you remember where? I kind of didn't listen when they told us.
Rostek, remember? We're to wait out in Rostek. They'll come find us. then.
Right. Gotcha.
God, this is a bloody mess. Boss ain't gonna be happy about this one.
How did we even get into this situation is what I'm wondering.
I don't know. I just... took the item and now these fuckers show up and beat the shit out of us. God, I hope
Is there any fault detection happening?
Yeah, there is. You're not getting it, but essentially is that this guy is... There's nothing really specific. He's just sort of... Just as annoyed as... He's just annoyed about the situation and sort of worried about what'll happen when it's found out that they've lost 2 of their team.
Do I find out anything from his thoughts?
Nothing specifically.
Okay. I use my telepathic feat to send that information to Radir.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. Can you hear my thoughts as well?
No, I can only send my
Okay.
thoughts to you.
Okay. I continue trying to keep up the ruse until I see that the other 2 that are patrolling start getting closer to us.
Mhm.
As they are kind of just walking around camp, they should be, at least one of them should be getting closer at some point, right?
Yeah, they would. If they're going clockwise, I'd just say we're probably getting closer at this point.
Yeah, once they are both as close as possible.
Probably like around... Like, I just say going this way and then Ilya going like around here probably.
Yeah, I kind of hush the fighter again. They're getting closer. You move. And I start making my way.
Yeah?
Is he following?
Are you going north?
Yes, is he following? If I move to
Yeah, he follows you.
I then make sure that I'm slightly in front of him still.
Yeah.
And at this point, I intentionally step on a branch by quote-unquote mistake to attract their attention.
Yep. I just saw an Ilya both hear a branch snapping.
I kind of stop in my tracks, pretending that I'm trying to be silent and look over my shoulder, trying to make it feel like, oh god, did they spot us?
Yeah.
And maybe he will also kind of check if they spotted us.
Yeah, the fighter sort of does the same thing, sort of like he freezes as the moment you do, sort of looks behind you. You're still sensing fear from him, Phileas, at this point.
Okay.
I, at this point, pull out my rapier and clock him on the head again.
Okay, just he goes down. Okay. Nice and easy.
We're bamboozling the entire camp, one person at a time.
Yeah.
That's what
Uh,
she
They were gonna wake.
does.
They were gonna wake up with Radir's like wax, like if you know, like those old-fashioned like wax seals people had.
Yeah.
He just has that on like the pommel of his rapier, and he's just hitting people with it inside of the head, trying to like put his initials in there.
I kind of signal to Phil in the bushes as I walk past, canceling this guy. All right. And as they come into the camp, I kind of, why, Mark, we're going, and I know where we're going.
Yeah, he leaves a tent with you then. You all five of you then just head out to the east unless there's anything you want to say before
Well-
you leave.
Adis, I definitely would. She says, well, just one more thing.
Go ahead.
The stones.
Oh, you've noticed it too.
Yes.
Back of there. I'm just moving you around because I can't. If I grab you, I grab the lines as well. Let me fix it. Actually, I can do this. Map player. There we go. That works now.
Can I try to investigate the stones?
Sorry.
Can I try to investigate the stones?
Yeah. Roll. Go ahead.
I was hoping.
Yeah.
Or would
they
that
do-
be investigation or?
Just investigation. Yeah, they rolled high enough perception to just not to just skip the investigation check.
Okay. I'm gonna find out if there's some kind of, or is it an Arcana check? I want to find out if there's some
Investigation just to see what it is first.
kind of. Okay.
You absolutely find this. There's the circle around the outside, and there's the square within a diamond in the middle. It's laid out quite roughly. Like the tents are sort of in the way of some of the parts of it. You guess they might have had to move some of the rocks out of the way, but from your experiments, you can feel a very faint magical essence left over in what you assume to have previously been the lines of some sort of magic circle. Perhaps it's just a coincidence.
Do I feel any kind of? Do I still have detect magic on? Can I?
Yeah,
check
I'd say
if
you
there's
should have
some
it at
kind-
this point.
Do I detect any kind of magical signature of any kind?
Nothing strong enough to register on the spell. No. You would have
Okay.
noticed the stones immediately if they had been strong enough. At this point, you're like you're basically like down on your hands and knees, like ear pressed to a stone to try and listen to it. That's how close you have to get to like detect the magic that's left over here.
Oh, okay.
Whatever was here before seems to have the magic seems to have been broken by the removing of the tents or something else perhaps.
Okay. So they did not put the.
It's very likely that it's either very old and it's just weathered over time, or perhaps something else broke the circle, and there's their tents the tents were just placed haphazardly and whatever else, or perhaps they moved the stones out of the way. You can't really tell.
Okay.
But it's something that's just been here for a while, perhaps.
I don't detect any kind of significance other than that.
Yeah, you sort of. It seems strange to have like a square within a diamond within the circle, but otherwise you're not too sure of the significance. Like any significance this has is probably long gone.
Oh.
Some religious meaning, perhaps?
You can roll a religion check.
Sure. That's not really my. Okay, never mind. It's pretty. Okay,
No,
never mind.
no, you have no clue. No clue.
From a natural 20 to a natural 1, nice.
That is a big jump.
Oh, the last one was a natural 1 as well, so natural 1 into natural 20. into
Big
natural
jump for a little cat for a little guy.
1. When I hit. When I miss, I miss.
Yes.
God.
Critically missed.
Yeah.
Okay.
The two of you as well, being when Phileas does this investigation check to point out the magic in the stones, the two of you sort of feel as well. With your Fey and Shadowfell alignments respectively, you don't sense anything particularly aligned to either realm, but you do sense the faint magical essence once he points it out. Something that was left over and powerful potentially, but it's long since faded.
And I've never seen anything like this before.
Nope. None of you probably have. The closest one would probably be Agisai. It doesn't. It
Make a
bears.
roll?
It bears a passing resemblance, merely passing, to magic circles employed in ritual casting, of which you have been on the receiving end of once before.
Mm-hmm.
But that was a very different type of ritual, so it's quite likely this is something very old.
I see.
Well, whatever this was used for, seems like it's no longer in function.
At this point, there's a shifting from one of the tents.
Well, now we should really get out of here. I don't want to knock them out even more.
I don't think Tay would
Perhaps
mind.
probably go.
Tay might not mind, but I would
Yeah.
then, at some point, fucking use my scythe instead.
Unless there's anyone else wants to check anything out, then you will leave.
Just one more question. Not even with this sage background do I have any inkling of what this is.
Ah, that might change it a little bit.
It has
You
to
also would
recall-
know it was some sort of ritual casting circle in that case, then yeah.
Okay.
But a very old ritual, potentially.
Yeah.
Was the flame still burning
What flame, sorry?
in the campfire?
They've probably gone out by this point. Since it's not been tended to since you arrived.
Okay.
They seem to just be setting up for a midday meal.
Hmm. Oh, actually, wait. Let's see. Just thinking. Oh, wait. Let's see. No, that's just one.
Hmm?
Yeah, I guess it's only 10 minutes. But if yes, I guess by the time they wake up, it might be gone anyways. But just for fun, she wants to cast the darkness centered on here.
Okay.
Wake up, I think it's not.
Just so they can't see anything when he wakes up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just so
Wakes up.
that-
He would take 7 minutes to wake up. So.
Yeah.
So spends 3
It's pitch
minutes
dark.
not being able to see anything. Wondering if he's blind, and then spell would end. Yeah. So the monk is getting up at this point. So yeah, gotcha. That works. You'll be safe in that case. So with that done, you will exit then.
Yep.
Okay. As you begin to head back to the east, you safely manage to travel, be back across the road. Phileas, I believe you wanted to head to the town to hire a proper guide.
Yeah,
While
I'm
we're
going
making
back.
the trip back,
Yeah.
since I have proficiency in Navigator's tool, I'm trying to give him a crash course in navigation.
If you can give him 250 days and 250 days worth of training in like an hour, then go ahead.
Can I do a check in Navigator's tools then?
Yeah, sure.
And I do it as a song so that it's easier to remember.
Okay. Okay.
Oh my
Okay.
god.
Okay, make an intelligence check.
Sure.
Thank you. You pass the DC set by Tay. I will say this. I will say that you succeed in temporarily gaining the ability to understand that the sun rises in the east and sets in the west.
At least with that, I can at least find my way to.
Yeah.
What's the name of the town?
Smithstadt.
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay. Well, in that case, I am going to head in that direction instead.
Okay.
However, as a thank you for my fellow gnome who helped me out, I will give you my potion of greater healing.
All right.
That's my
All
recompense
right,
for.
I stole it in my coat.
Yes. Thank you.
I will give that to you then. Let me find the text for that. Text isn't there. I'll give it to you later.
Just removing. There we go. Well, there we go. Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
Well then. Now perhaps I know my way to the next town. It was nice meeting you all, and I hope next time I see you it won't be as a pile of corpses because of that artifact you're carrying. Do be careful with it now. We have no idea what other potential things it could do, being so ancient and all.
Yes. But if it does something stupid, I will just yeet Ajisai off the boat. Don't worry about it.
Okay. I'm not gonna comment on the potential
She
causes.
took the risk.
Yes, potential catastrophes that could happen from throwing that overboard into the sea, but okay. Perhaps
I'm
that is
obviously
better
not
than
going to throw it into the ocean, but you get my point.
Okay, I see you. Well, perhaps, or rather, let's hope it doesn't end at that.
I'm sure it won't.
Yes.
How do you say? He's just grinning through all of this.
Like a little maniac.
That is a very menacing grin, but I'm going to ignore it for the sake of my own sanity.
Oh, you get used to it.
Yeah.
She says as she's grinning herself.
I hope I don't.
Rudy has made a terrible mistake.
Oh well then. I wish you luck on your further travels.
Thank you.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
And I turn the other way, and I walk towards my destination.
South. Good.
Smedstadt. There we go.
All right. The rest of the party heads eastwards, back through the path they took before. It's getting towards late night where you camp again. Who's taking first watch?
I decide.
Okay.
All right. And second watch?
I will do that.
And third then will be Tay.
I take the last one.
Yes, okay.
Yeah, that is the last one.
I just say, you can do a perception check, or
Yes.
you can take an hour to attune to the item.
She takes an hour to attune to the item.
As you do so,
Uh-oh.
you begin to sense the same temporal spatial distortions and shifts over the surface of it. Sort of, you feel that as the hour goes on, you feel there's maybe some sort of rhythm to it or pattern, but then it seems to change and shift, and you sort of after this 3 or 4 times, you're sort of not really quite sure if there's any meaning to it or not. As the hour completes, you feel time around you slow. And when you open your eyes, the world around you has stopped. How do you react?
Oh. Now isn't this interesting?
There's no wind or sound at all. You see the silhouette of a bird in the sky just hanging there, passing across the moon. You hear a voice behind you. It's distorted, muffled, but... Whoa. I wasn't expecting this. Do you turn towards the voice?
Yes.
As you do so, time resumes. And you're left standing there alone in the camp. Your sleeping party members around you. Now that you're no longer focusing on the item, you realize that you can still feel the shifts over the surface. And it's just constantly there at the back of your mind. You have now attuned to the item and have now gained the benefits of doing so. I will add +1 to your wisdom saves. There you go. Was it just saves? Yes, just saves. You also have access to those the mentioned cantrips.
Mm-hmm. We'll add those so that I...
Yeah.
Yep.
You spend the rest of your watch engrossed in this peculiar experience, and the rest of your time passes without any incident.
Yep.
Do you guys have a clear up?
Yes.
Alrighty. Second watch then. If you'd like to roll perception. You're quite distracted by the day's events and sort of perhaps wondering what this item might be and maybe something about Phileas, but you're not quite sure. But
Yeah, that sounds about right.
it seems to pass without incident. Time for third watch then. Do you go wake Radir?
Yep.
Radir, if you would like to roll perception. You seem to, as the sun rises again, sort of keeping an eye out, and you notice nothing out of the ordinary outside the camp, but inside the camp, you see that where there was an imprint of Agicide sitting, there's a set of footprints sort of indented into the grass behind where she was sitting, seemingly with no trail leading to or from them.
Okay.
Other than that, there's nothing. You all gain the benefits of your long rests.
I get a bit wary about it, but once I've continued composing, and once the day begins, I will wake everyone up with my newly composed piece.
Go ahead.
Yes, I know I asked for help, but I can change my mind. It's a right of us free folk if we feel inclined. For hawks don't use the maps, and that is what I am. Gliding down the coastal roads the long way is my plan.
Elia's gotta just hold her ears and roll over.
Nice. Yeah, well, you all come to, whether you want to or not. Do you let Adjusay know about these footprints?
No, but I'm taking note of her behavior.
Is Adjusay behaving any differently today?
No.
Okay.
He seems just as arrogant as ever.
Fair enough. Well, you head back into the town then,
Hmm.
and with a few minutes left in the session, you successfully locate the merchant who hired you.
Yes.
Ah, welcome back. I trust you succeeded.
Well,
yes and no.
yes, indeed. We didn't find the item itself, but we know where it went.
Oh, where might that be?
West, or the deserts. They apparently handed it off to someone.
Oh my, that's rather unfortunate. Oh, I suppose I should find some sort of team to go in.
Considering the paths that they're probably heading towards Cape of Wells End, so unless you're willing to deal with Fey folk, I would probably give up. And I say that from experience.
Well, I would prefer to avoid dealings with such folk. I have heard many tales and none good. But, well, information is information, and knowing where they are means that I know where they're not. If I can find some crew to do something, I might, but it seems like a rather lost cause at this point. I will head on to Safeford and let them know the situation. Perhaps they will give me a retinue to find this item. As promised. He sort of digs around in his pockets and sort of pulls forth some regard. The promised payment for the information, and hands it to Ajusai. You get another 150 gold.
I try and nab it off as it's being handed over.
Okay. Ajusai, you let Radir do so?
Yes.
Okay. Radir gets 150 gold then.
I then push it quite hard as I can with my low strength into his chest and tell, "This goes to your men."
Oh, well, if you insist, I've been thinking about
And
what
if
you
it
were
doesn't
saying.
split evenly, you better add up the rest from your own pocket again.
Well, oh, fine. I'll gather them and let them know. Well, good day. And he turns and walks away.
As
I kind of, before he turns away, I kind of just grab him by the shoulder and say, "I know, there's quite a large organization that makes sure that sailors get their proper dues and proper treatment from captains." And I kind of pull like the top of my letter of introduction from the Merchants Guild out of my pocket to show.
He pales.
You wouldn't want me to report this, would you?
No. Nope.
I better not hear about your sailors again. I have both eyes and ears in this town, you see. Oh no. And I turn out and I kind of walk away while still keeping my eyes locked on him.
Like, walk backwards.
No, like I like start walking backwards and then I turn sideways and still like crab walk away while still keeping my eyes locked. And then I turn and I look over my shoulder. And
Why
eyes
are
still
you
locked.
physically moving away?
You keep walking away from this microphone as you do it.
Yes.
Yeah. Sure. How did Ajusai react to this? As the captain sort of turns away and also sort of leaves a little spooked.
So, So I mean, while Redir is saying this to him, she is also looking at the captain very menacingly.
Okay. Can you?
Making-
I'd like you both to roll a combined intimidation check for me. Just for the hell of it.
Sure. Aw.
It's a low DC. Your performances were fine enough.
I want to point out we had a +5 and +6 respect.
Yeah, you guys rolled like shit.
My
Yes.
intimidation would have been a -1.
Oh, well, maybe you should roll as well since you're getting in on this.
Okay, sure.
See if you roll like the opposite. Nah. Okay. There we go. Yeah. Yeah. 15, 4, and 3. Appropriate. Appropriate. Yeah, he sort of leaves walking quite quickly, carrying that bag of gold.
Yeah, and as Ajisai then catches up to Redir, she nods and says, "Well done. I appreciated that."
Any response from Radir?
Just a kind of. At least can be done for them.
Agreed.
Right. As you get ready to set sail, then you see his crew heading onto his ship, followed by him. There's you can you can't hear any words, but there's just sort of a general quiet din of chatter. And as you're making ready to cast off, there's silence from that boat, followed by sort of breaking out into a slightly louder discussion. As you see him going around handing gold to all of them in the distance. Do you cast off?
Hmm.
Do you leave port?
Yes.
All right. You leave the docks then, and turning northwards, continue on your journey. And I believe that's where we'll end the campaign for this year.